As we journey through life, the decisions we make in our later years carry significant weight. It's a time when we reflect on the paths we've taken, the relationships we've nurtured, and the legacy we'll leave behind. But without the wisdom of foresight, it's easy to fall into traps that can lead to regret and missed opportunities. This is where the teachings of Stoicism can provide invaluable guidance, helping us navigate our later years with clarity, purpose, and peace. In today's video, we'll explore 13 deadly mistakes to avoid in your later years, inspired by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Whether you're approaching retirement, already there, or simply planning ahead, these insights will help you live a life free of regret, filled with meaning, and aligned with your true self. Mistake number 1. Ignoring the present moment. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the importance of living in the present. As we age, it's easy to get caught up in either reminiscing about the past or worrying about the future. But this focus on what was or what might be can cause us to miss out on the beauty and opportunities of the present moment. Consider the story of Greg, who spent his later years constantly dwelling on past mistakes and missed opportunities. He found himself disconnected from his family and unable to enjoy the simple pleasures of life. It wasn't until he embraced the Stoic practice of mindfulness, focusing on the here and now, that he began to find peace and fulfillment. The present moment is all we truly have, and neglecting it is a mistake that leads to a life of regret. Mistake number 2. Holding on to grudges. As we grow older, we accumulate experiences, both good and bad, but holding on to past grudges and resentments can weigh heavily on our hearts and minds. Stoicism teaches us the power of forgiveness, not just for others, but for ourselves. Take the example of Margaret, who held onto a grudge against a family member for years. This unresolved resentment only brought her pain and isolation. It was through the practice of Stoic forgiveness, acknowledging the hurt but choosing to let go, that she was able to heal and reconnect with her loved ones. Holding on to grudges is like carrying a heavy burden. Letting go is liberating and essential for inner peace. Mistake number 3. Neglecting physical health. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of taking care of our bodies as part of our overall well-being. In our later years, it can be tempting to neglect physical health, whether through poor diet, lack of exercise, or ignoring medical advice. But our bodies are the vessels that carry us through life, and neglecting them can lead to unnecessary suffering. Consider the story of Robert, who lived a sedentary lifestyle for years. It wasn't until he started experiencing serious health issues that he realized the importance of taking care of his body. By incorporating regular exercise and a healthy diet, he not only improved his physical health, but also found a renewed sense of vitality and energy. Taking care of our physical health is not just about longevity. It's about living a quality life, free from preventable ailments. Mistake number 4. Fearing change. Change is a constant in life, yet many fear it, especially as they age. Whether it's the fear of retirement, moving to a new place, or adjusting to new technology, resisting change can lead to stagnation. Stoicism teaches us to embrace change as a natural part of life's journey. Think of Linda, who was apprehensive about retiring after decades of work. The thought of leaving her job and facing the unknown terrified her. However, by adopting a Stoic mindset and accepting change as an inevitable part of life, she began to see retirement as an opportunity rather than a loss. She embraced new hobbies, deepened relationships, and found joy in the freedom that change brought. Fearing change can keep us stuck, but embracing it opens the door to new experiences and growth. Mistake number 5. Isolating yourself. As we age, it's easy to become isolated. whether due to the loss of loved ones, retirement, or health issues. However, isolation can lead to loneliness and depression. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of community and connection. Consider the example of Harold, who after losing his spouse withdrew from social activities and friends. This isolation only deepened his grief. It was through reconnecting with his community and finding new social circles that Harold found solace and joy again. Staying connected with others, even in small ways, is crucial for mental and emotional well-being in our later years. Mistake number 6. Clinging to material possessions. In our later years, we often find ourselves surrounded by a lifetime of accumulated possessions. But clinging to material things can weigh us down, both physically and emotionally. Stoicism teaches us that true happiness doesn't come from possessions, but from living in accordance with our values. Take the story of Nancy, who found herself overwhelmed by the amount of stuff she had accumulated over the years. It wasn't until she started decluttering and letting go of material possessions that she felt a sense of freedom and lightness. She realized that the memories and experiences she valued most didn't require physical objects. Letting go of material possessions can lead to a more simplified and meaningful life. Mistake number 7. Ignoring the importance of purpose. As we age, finding a sense of purpose becomes increasingly important. Without it, we can feel adrift and unfulfilled. Stoicism encourages us to live with purpose, aligning our actions with our core values and passions. Consider the example of John, who struggled with finding meaning after retiring from a long career. He felt lost and without direction. But by reconnecting with his passions, volunteering, mentoring, and spending time with family, he rediscovered his sense of purpose. Living with purpose brings fulfillment and joy, no matter our age. Mistake number 8. Avoiding difficult conversations. It's easy to avoid difficult conversations, especially as we grow older and want to keep the peace. But avoiding these discussions can lead to unresolved issues and lingering tensions. Stoicism teaches us the value of open, honest communication. Take the case of Sarah, who avoided discussing her end-of-life wishes with her family because she didn't want to upset them. This avoidance led to confusion and conflict when the time came to make important decisions. By finally having the conversation, Sarah and her family were able to understand her wishes and find peace. Facing difficult conversations head-on with clarity and calmness is essential for maintaining harmony and understanding in relationships. Mistake number 9. Focusing on regrets. Regrets are a natural part of life, but dwelling on them can prevent us from moving forward. Stoicism teaches us to accept what has happened, learn from it, and focus on what we can do now. Imagine the story of Bill, who spent years regretting decisions he made in his youth. This focus on the past robbed him of the joy he could find in the present. It was only when he embraced the Stoic principle of focusing on what he could control, his current actions and attitudes, that he began to find peace. Letting go of regrets allows us to live fully in the present. Mistake number 10. Underestimating the power of gratitude. Gratitude is a cornerstone of Stoic practice. In our later years, it's easy to focus on what we've lost or what we can no longer do. But practicing gratitude shifts our focus to the abundance that remains. Consider the story of Alice, who after facing health challenges, felt disheartened by the limitations they imposed. However, by starting a daily gratitude practice, reflecting on the small joys and the support she received, Alice found a renewed sense of contentment. Gratitude reminds us of the goodness in our lives, helping us to appreciate what we have, rather than lament what we don't. Mistake number 11. Neglecting mental health. Just as physical health is important, so too is mental health. Neglecting it can lead to depression, anxiety, and a diminished quality of life. Stoicism encourages us to cultivate a healthy mind through practices like journaling, meditation, and self-reflection. Take the example of George, who, after experiencing the loss of a close friend, fell into a deep depression. Instead of seeking help, he tried to cope alone, believing he could handle it on his own. It wasn't until he embraced Stoic practices, regular reflection, mindfulness, and seeking support that he began to heal. Taking care of our mental health is essential for maintaining overall well-being, especially in our later years. Mistake number 12. Failing to plan for the future. While it's important to live in the present, planning for the future is also crucial, especially in our later years. Stoicism teaches us to prepare for what lies ahead, accepting that life is unpredictable and that planning can help us navigate its uncertainties. Consider the story of Emma, who avoided planning for her retirement because it seemed overwhelming. This lack of preparation led to stress and financial insecurity. By adopting a Stoic approach and facing the reality of her future needs, Emma was able to create a plan that brought her peace of mind. Planning for the future doesn't mean worrying about it. It means being prepared so you can face whatever comes with confidence. Mistake number 13. Forgetting the importance of legacy. As we approach the later stages of life, the idea of legacy, what we leave behind, becomes more prominent. Stoicism encourages us to live in a way that reflects our values and positively impacts those around us. Consider the story of Henry, who, after years of focusing solely on his career, realized that his true legacy was not in his achievements, but in the relationships he had nurtured and the kindness he had shown. By shifting his focus to mentoring younger colleagues and spending quality time with his family, Henry began to build a legacy of love and wisdom. Remembering the importance of legacy isn't about grand gestures or monumental achievements. It's about the small, consistent actions that reflect who you are and what you stand for. In our later years, we have a unique opportunity to reflect on the life we've led and to consider the impact we want to leave behind. Whether through the kindness we show, the values we instill in our children and grandchildren, or the contributions we make to our communities. Our legacy is built on the way we live each day. Forgetting the importance of legacy can lead to a life of missed opportunities and unexpressed love. But by living with intention and purpose, we create a lasting impact that extends beyond our years. Conclusion. The later years of life are a time of reflection, growth, and transformation. By avoiding these 13 deadly mistakes and embracing the wisdom of Stoicism, you can navigate this stage with grace, purpose, and a deep sense of fulfillment. Whether it's living in the present moment, letting go of grudges, or focusing on the legacy you want to leave, each of these practices helps you to live a life free of regret and full of meaning. Remember, it's never too late to make positive changes. The wisdom of Stoicism is timeless, offering guidance and perspective that can help you live your later years with peace, clarity, and joy. If you found value in this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more insights on Stoic wisdom. And let us know in the comments, which of these mistakes are you working to avoid in your own life?